will be at risk. Enemies will be together, and that enmity will be no more. They will be friends. For he is the wonderful counselor, the Prince of Peace. And so the coming of Jesus is going to bring us peace. Yes, but peace first of all, where? In our hearts. If I have peace, then I'll be able to share peace. If I have peace, then what I say will be words of peace. If there is no peace in my heart, peace in my home, peace in my community, peace in my country, I wonder how I will be a person of peace, unless I am the person that likes to pretend. And the feast of Christmas is not a feast of pretense. The season of Christmas is not a season of pretense. It's a season of joy. Inner joy, family joy, community joy, country joy, the joy of the state. Like I said, it's not the drinking and eating that is central to the feast, but it's the being able to say, I forgive, I let go, so that we be reconciled with one another. There are people that say, learn to be reconciled with yourself first. Then you'll be able to reconcile yourself with those outside you and the larger community. The feast, like I said, the Feast of Christmas leads us to the Feast of the New Year, when one year is gone, another year is beginning. And like I said, the Feast of Christmas is a feast of peace. The Feast of the New Year is equally a feast of peace, because the church celebrates the motherhood of Mary. And because we celebrate the motherhood of Mary, is it in itself a feast of joy, because all of us came from mothers. And it in a way helps us look back and say, I need to be grateful to God. I need equally to be grateful to my mother. And so if we are grateful to our mothers, we must in a way learn to do and say things that will bring them joy. When it comes to the celebration of the New Year and all that goes with the New Year, you hear people say, New Year, new habits. I would plead and remind all of us that what is important is not only changing for changing's sake, but changing because the change you are anticipating or looking forward to will be better than the way you were living your life. If I say New Year, new habit, the habit that I am going to take in the new year should be better than the habit that I am leaving behind. If I were the type of person that was drinking all the time and getting drunk, or sleeping all the time and not saying my prayer, not attending church, or being late all the time at work, or not being able to associate and relate well with people within and around me, my co-workers, people that I work with in the same office, then the habit I am taking in the new year should be a habit that will help me work well with people, associate well with them, act and behave in a way that people will come closer to me and not keep far away from me, as if I am a bush burning with fire. Rather, what I say and do, the way I talk to people should draw them to me and not keep them away from me. Yes, then my habit will be better. Let the habit I'm taking be better than the one I'm leaving behind. Let the attitude I'm embracing be better than the one I am leaving behind. Let my style of talking, my way of approach to people be better than the one I'm leaving behind. Then I will even be, a matured person, growing up, improving. None of us, we are told, is perfect. What is important is to be able to evaluate oneself, look at oneself and say, I know I have been doing this, which is not pleasing, which is not nice, which is not good. I better pray that this new year, with the help of God's grace, I'll be able to do that which is pleasing to God first, then to my fellow human beings. Once I satisfy in conscience the God for whom I am living, because if God didn't want me to live, I wouldn't have been here. So I am living because God wants me to be here. Therefore, I should do things that satisfy and please God first. But what happens time and again is we all fall prey to the syndrome of trying to satisfy our fellow human beings. and not satisfying God. All because we think there are times when we fall short of our commitments because we want to satisfy people and not satisfy God. The season and these feasts that we are going to celebrate, and indeed we'll celebrate, are feasts that remind us of God's love for us. He that sent or came down to us in the form of a human being in the person of Jesus Christ to live what we live and experience what we experience so as to lead us back to himself. We must therefore pray and anticipate that the coming of his Son will indeed bring peace not only to our families but equally to our country, to the sub-region, and to all other countries where there is no peace.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the Gambia Radio and Television Services and our special Christmas program. Now we'll bring you the 9 lessons of Christmas and carols from the Redeemed Christian Church of God. After which we'll entertain you with carols from extracts of the Mercy and Grace Christmas Carol Concert.
The first reading is from the book of Genesis, chapter 3. I'll be reading from verse 5 to 15. Genesis chapter 3, from verse 5 to 15. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired